Welcome! Let's get right into today's explainer because we are tackling something that is absolutely crucial. We're doing a deep dive into the truly harrowing reality of debt recovery harassment. It's a situation that causes literal sleepless nights for so many people. Specifically, we're unpacking the Debt Free Bharat campaign to completely unmask those aggressive and honestly often illegal threats made by recovery agents. We're going to break down their exact tactics and, way more importantly, arm you with the actual legal reality. Guys, it's all about shifting from total fear to pure empowerment.
So, picture this. Your phone rings, you pick it up, and instantly you're hit with this. If you don't pay by tomorrow, we'll send you to jail. I mean, that is terrifying, right? But for countless middle-class borrowers dealing with financial stress right now, this isn't some dramatic movie script. It's an everyday, heart-pounding reality. The whole tactic relies purely on shock value to just paralyze you with fear. But as we'll see, that fear, that is exactly what these agents prey on.
Section 1. The Debt Recovery Reality. Problem, agitation, and the need for awareness. Okay, let's dive into this. To actually fight back, we first need to understand the high-pressure tactics agents fire off at vulnerable individuals. They want to simulate sheer panic. But the antidote to that panic? It's awareness.
There are 4 core campaign pillars you absolutely need to remember when you're dealing with aggressive agents. Know your rights, avoid fake threats, don't be scared, and be aware. Now, these aren't just catchy slogans. They actually anchor the entire structure of our explainer today. Every single tactic we're about to debunk ties directly back to one of these rules.
Section 2. Empty threat, jail time, debunking the fear of immediate imprisonment. This one is perhaps the most paralyzing fear of all, right? They want you to believe that missing a payment is a fast track straight to a prison cell. So, we have to ask the big question here. Is this actually true? Think about it. If you miss a payment and some agent screams that you're going to jail tomorrow, does that really happen? Well, the short answer from legal experts is a simple, resounding no. You absolutely cannot be arbitrarily thrown in jail tomorrow just because a random recovery agent says so over the phone. Bam, myth completely busted.
Section 3. Empty threat. Public shaming. The fear of social humiliation. Look, financial stress is awful on its own, but agents will constantly try to exploit that deep psychological fear of public embarrassment. Just imagine an agent yelling, will come to your house and insult you in front of everyone. It's a massive emotional hook. The agent isn't just threatening your wallet anymore. They're going after your family's peace and your reputation in your neighborhood. It's completely designed to make you cave in out of pure, utter humiliation.
But wait, before the panic sets in, let's step back and ask a truly critical legal question. Is it actually legal to publicly shame a borrower? Because grounding yourself in the actual law strips all that emotional terror away and brings you right back to reality.
And the answer is, once again, no way. Public shaming by recovery agents is definitively illegal. They do not have the right to show up at your front door and create a public spectacle just to insult you. Knowing your rights is literally your ultimate shield against this kind of psychological manipulation. When you know it's illegal, the threat just evaporates.
Moving to Section 4. Empty threat, freezing accounts, the financial freeze myth. Now, what's really interesting about this tactic is that it sounds so official and bureaucratic. They use banking jargon so borrowers easily believe these callers actually control their money. Imagine the sheer panic of hearing, "We will get your bank account frozen right now." It's a terrifying thought, not being able to buy groceries or pay rent because the guy on the phone claims he's locking you out of your own bank account. It's a threat meant to cut off your financial lifeline instantly.
But here is the actual legal truth. A recovery agent cannot freeze an account on their own. They literally do not have the unilateral authority to just push a button and lock up your funds. There's a strict legal process for that. And let me tell you, an angry phone call from a third-party agent is definitely not it. Knowing this instantly deflates their whole fake authority act.
Section 5. Knowing your legal rights. Moving from fear to empowerment. This is where we shift completely away from all those chaotic intimidation tactics and focus strictly on how you can permanently protect yourself.
You see, when an agent feels like they're losing control of the conversation, they almost always escalate to the highest perceived authority. They drop one final desperate threat. The police will pick you up tomorrow. They dangle the threat of arbitrary police arrest to break whatever resolve you have left.
To counter that, you've got to remember this vital truth. Not every recovery threat is true. Know your rights. These agents rely heavily on a script full of lies. You simply cannot take the word of an aggressive caller as legal reality. You've got to stay vigilant.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about. Let's do a quick rundown. Immediate jail time? False. Public humiliation? Illegal. Account freezing? Agents cannot do that on their own. Police arrest? Again, not all threats are true. When you see their entire pattern of deception laid out side by side like this, it makes it so much easier to handle the intimidation, doesn't it?
Okay, so what are your actionable takeaways today? First up, identify fake recovery tactics. Now that you've seen the 4 major bluffs we just unpacked, you can probably spot them a mile away. Second, know your rights. This kind of education is an ongoing process, and staying legally aware is what keeps you continuously protected.
I want you to remember this really powerful statement. Borrowing is not a crime. Stop fearing fake threats. That is the ultimate message of empowerment right there. Look, falling on hard times financially does not strip you of your human dignity, and it certainly doesn't strip you of your legal protections. You have every right to stand your ground against illegal bullying.
Which leaves us with one final big question. How will you use this knowledge to protect yourself against illegal recovery tactics? Because understanding these myths is just step one. Actually applying this knowledge when you, or maybe someone you care about, is under pressure, that's where true empowerment lives. I challenge you to keep these facts in your back pocket and to keep exploring your consumer rights. Thanks so much for diving into this explainer with me today, and stay empowered out there.